Just doing a quick sound check, and we will be live.
Test, fans.
And good evening, everybody. Hey, we're back.
Here we are.
Back to the normal. Obviously, I am Paul. It's been a long weekend. It's been a long weekend. Let's introduce Jesse first.
Hey, folks, I'm Jesse K. Good to be back here with you.
So this weekend we had the dual Gofton-Clarkson birthday party at the Albion Hotel, which Tommy does own. It's a 1920s themed speakeasy style pub, and we
Casualties in Guelph were significant, but the city is still mostly in one piece.
Yes. So I've spent the better part of 2 days getting rehydrated and getting myself back in shape, although I am still a little sore. When you turn 51, you might think like you're 25 years old, but your body does not recover at the same rate as it once did.
Yeah.
So tonight we're back to full-on Aces. Unfortunately, there was no Mech 7 episode to come ahead of us tonight, but that will be coming soon. So anybody who's paid attention to social media, Season 2 is a go. Hopefully, we will be filming that next month. And then Jesse and I will be a pair of busy boys getting things edited for you guys for even more cooler things for post-production, and maybe trying to get it out the week after Gen Con. Not during Gen Con, but just after, probably the following Sunday, week after. That'll be the game plan.
Don't hold us to it, but that's the plan. We got a lot of really cool stuff planned. It's going to look great if we can do everything we want. It's also going to be even more effort, and we already put a lot of effort into the show. So I'm giving myself a little wiggle room, in case there's like an extra week or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got some really cool ideas, and the only reason we're doing it is because of all you folks who watched it and liked and subscribed and commented and have just been spreading the word. We've seen so much interaction based on that show. So thank you so much just for being a part of the community, for being part of it, and we're glad that you enjoyed it. I think almost as much as we enjoyed making it.
That's right. So we've been busy today a little bit, actually. Our day, it was maybe 2 weeks ago, I came up with this brainstorm. I'm like, if our table could spin, it would be so good.
I mean, Paul spent the last few days with his head spinning. So
yes.
It was pretty easy to go from one idea to the next.
So Jesse came into town. I went and picked him up from the train station, and I said, hey, let's go over to the dollar store and then over to the local home building company. And in there we found a couple of these cheap Lazy Susans for like $3 or $4. And we went over to the construction store and bought an MDF board that was 8x4. Had them cut it in half for us, and some of that, I don't know, it's like liquid nails or something like that. It's an adhesive that binds pretty quickly, and then takes about 24 hours to set. But once it's on there, it's on. You can move it around for about maybe 10 or 15 minutes. We stuck it to the bottom of it, and we've come up with. I'm gonna pull the blocks out of the way here for a quick sec.
See, my idea was to tell people this was really difficult and expensive, so they'd be impressed. But
so we put blocks on it so we can be lazy and put our elbows on the board. But I'm gonna go to the higher up cam. Now we can now actually rotate our game board. We know how far to place the chairs because we have created the beer gut zone, so it does not strike us in the belly.
According to my doctor, I've been working way too hard on my beer gut zone. I should be working on creating one.
So yeah, we have this. We can do this now. Like I can change camera angles, and you guys can see the. So it'll be really cool on this third one. We can change. We can completely flip it around. The best part is neither of us have to stand up to access miniatures anymore.
Because at 51, that's not easy either.
No, it's not. So
sometimes my knees make these noises.
yeah. So yeah, we've done that. We've got a couple of these little temporary blocks that we've made. They're actually from one of the other games that the guys at Lynn Vander have designed, Snapship Tactics. They're like little add-on accessory pieces. So we just put those little boxes in there, and it works perfect for now to hold the board still, so we can do things like this when we're playing, right? So hopefully that is something that you guys will all get to enjoy to make things when you're watching a lot more entertaining. What do we got tonight? Tonight, actually, before we start, I am not going to play the Aces deck tonight. Jesse is in charge of Aces. I am just playing as one of the cooperative players.
Which sounds like really generous, but this is a scenario. Paul's like, I like vehicles. I want vehicles. So, all right, Paul. So what we've got a scenario of questionable canonicity. Now that everyone I know has watched all 6 episodes of the Mech 7 and certain character traits have been revealed, and if you haven't, that's your hint. Stop right now and go watch those. We have a couple of the Mech 7, but on opposite sides. We are looking at Paul is going to be controlling Tommy's character Harlan Storm, Lin 6, and I'm controlling Red's character Nero Drago. In this scenario, we've cobbled up. Both of them have come up with a small force of vehicles that they're going to be running against each other, while each is in their iconic battle mech from the show. And we'll see who wins. The Aces deck is going to be controlling Nero and the Blakists, and the Paul will be controlling Harlan and some of the Mech 7 supporting vehicles.
We are going to see Harlan Storm fight heroically for the first time in his career tonight.
Because he has no other choice.
He has no other choice.
No one else to hide behind. Big hi to everybody in the chat. Hi, Beskar. Hey, B. Good to see y'all.
Lucas,
hey, Andrew.
greetings.
Good to see all of y'all.
All right, well, I guess without much more ado, we should roll some initiative here and get things going. So I will go to... We're going to use this view here more than the traditional overhead. We will go to the old school overhead from time to time to help you clarify, movement and things like that. But I think everybody can agree that this feels like you're more standing around the table watching us play from over our shoulders or at a game store. And, of course, the other angles. We have the zoom angle here, gets right in on the action, center of the board. And then we have like a little bit lower zoom angle that's akin to the second one from the opposite side. So always we're looking for feedback. Anything you guys think might be a good idea, let us know. Our friend Adrian, and head of our technical side, has been conjuring up some robotic arm kind of thing that eventually in the next coming weeks we'll be able to control remotely with our phones. So that'll be something cool.
That's Blakist as hell. I don't know how I feel about this, but we'll see what he comes up with.
Yeah.
A Dominique camera. I don't know, guys. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay, so I am going to go to the overhead for the dice rolls. That way you guys can see them. Let's move that out of the way and we get mine into screen, and I will roll my usual unlucky red dice.
Yeah, let me bring these around so you can see them on the camera.
And I got a 7.
Hey, 11.
There we go. Okay. So this is 7v7? 8v8.
I've got 7 over here. I think you've got.
Okay, so I got to move 2 first one.
Mm-hmm.
We will start with... What do we want here? What do we want? What should I move here? Vedettes are
Lucas, the
expendable.
Davian cap was sold briefly by Catalyst, who haven't restocked a ton of their swag lately. But if you want one, bug them. I'd certainly like to get another one because this one's starting to wear through.
And I will move the first Vedette here.
Okay. Then up to the Aces deck. The Aces deck wants to move Nero first, which is an interesting choice. The ideal red hasn't been activated, is going to be least armor. I don't think it's going to be any of those guys. And none within 24, so we're going to go straight to cautious, which means basically line of sight to the nearest target. Don't get closer than 12 and take some cover. I think that is probably going to mean he's just moving up behind here for now because he can't quite get out that with his 10 move. So
Lucas, what you can get though, you can get Six Sides of Gaming hats. There is a link in the description that goes to the store: t-shirts, hoodies, hats, whatnot.
is it
Eventually,
Lindvander branded or Six Sides branded?
Six Sides branded, and there's
Alright,
also
cool.
Lindvander in there as well. Eventually, we will have some Fox Network hats as well out there for people to wear. Okay, what do we got? Next up, we will move the other vedette. I will move the sacrificial vedettes first, and that will bring me up to here.
Okay. I am going to move, well, and again, following the instructions of the Aces deck, one of my Bulldogs. I'll take the one from my attack side. It is a brawler, so it wants to know if there's anything that in range has lost more armor than you, but none of that has happened yet, so it's also going to be cautious. It's just going to key in and move. It's a bulldog, so it is moving 8. I think that's enough to get him up behind this thing here. It is. Oh, he's just going to jump up there.
All right, so I will move. I should have moved 2 the first turn, so I'm going to move 2 now.
Oh, did you not move one of your hovers and one of your tanks? Your first
No, I didn't. I
Okay.
just realized that, so I'll move 2 now. I will move the 2 demolishers. They are at what, 6 here? My eyes are not working from Friday night. Yeah, they're at 6.
Paul's at that fun age now where is this just a hangover or is it age and it's never getting better again?
yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh boy. That's the thing, like one of the things about Battletech is it requires you to squint and read really lots of small details. That gets harder too. All right.
There's my 2.
Sounds good. Okay, then back to the Aces deck. We're going to move one of the Manticores. It is essentially the same card where it's checking if there's anything to support, and there isn't, and nothing activated, so it wants to move up and take cover. This is my non-tack one, so this is this side. Manticore is moving 8. Doesn't can't quite get there. Yeah, there you go. Just drop him in there. He's still pretty hard to see because of his tiny little tank frame. And there you have it.
Okay. The Maxims. Here we go. I got some speed.
Andrew, getting old isn't for sissies, but it does beat the alternative. Think of it this way. If you're getting older all the time, you're doing better than if you're not getting older anymore. And thank you, B. We're also pretty fit into the camera. All the new camera angles and this cool Lazy Susan table. Actually, folks in the chat, if anyone can come up with a cool Battletech equivalent for the term Lazy Susan.
It's a jump.
I don't know, a recalcitrant Ostrock or something, but something universe appropriate.
Yeah.
You'd get a cookie. Okay, next up, one of my Shreks. Wants to know if the ideal yellow has activated. A unit with the least TMM, which is going to be a lot of them, least armor, and least structure. Do you have anything weaker than a Demolisher that's also a TMM1?
No, just the Highlander. Highlander Demolishers are TMM1 and powerful and slow.
Right. Okay, so technically by that argument, the Demolisher is going to be the ideal yellow. So it is active. I'm going to keep that in mind, but it's not 24, so I don't think we're going to ignore it. Any activated enemies within 30 seems unlikely. I am going to double check. Not quite.
Not quite.
Not quite. All right, so, yep, cautious movement on that Shrek. That is the tack Shrek. It's 24 from target and take cover. Shrek is moving 6, so taking cover is pretty gross, but it looks we got all this stuff in the center of the map in the way, so we'll move up there. Get Shreked.
Alright, so Maxim. Now I'm going to go with the Maxims, and they are at 18. On to here.
Yes, Paul has suffered a gyro hit.
If you guys pop into the Six Sides of Gaming Discord, you will find a rather unflattering photo Tommy took of me at 5:30 in the morning. Now, I had been up for 24 hours at that point. And drinking. So, the fact that I'm in the state that I am is defendable. So to speak, defendable. You guys can get an idea there. I just brought that Maxim straight up undercover from the smaller of the 2 landing pads on the board.
Go. My tacked Manticore is coming up. Folks at home, I'm using the term tacked a lot. It's because we have a lot of duplicate vehicles on the board. For instance, I got a Shrek here and a Shrek here. I am distinguishing them by little pieces of sticky tack that we have attached to the hexes. So in general, the units that I have that were sticky tacked came from this side of the board, whereas the non-tacked ones came from this side.
So there's my second Maxim.
Okay. Then next up is the other Bulldog. It is also considered a brawler, so it is also keeping an eye out on those Devastators, but they are too far away, so it will also move up. Non-tacked Bulldog, moving at 8. 8 seems slow for a Bulldog, but vehicles, what can we do? It looks like because of how open this board is, they're all going to be using this centerpiece for cover, and then we'll come dashing out around. It should be very exciting.
That is true, Lucas. It does not last forever. All right, so you should have 1 unit left, right?
I have 1 unit left.
Perfect. I have Banquo, and you have...
my other Shrek.
And Banquo is a 18 or a 16? He is an 18. Banquo. Banquo is going to go hang out with his buddies. Up here.
Look how fast they're advancing. Alright, the last Shrek has one of these big ones. Is there an activated enemy within the current line of sight? No, because he's parked in cover and stuff. So, lowest elevation, stay away from the target, stay in cover. He isn't going to move much at all. He's just going to peek around the trees there. So he's nice in cover and still at range.
Alright, so LOS.
I don't think we got anything.
I don't think there is anything. Tommy might be able to see something to the tree here. Can he see Nero? He can see Nero. We'll go to the over.
Okay,
I think he can see Nero there.
There's that big rock.
He's definitely got partial cover. Well,
Accept a partial
let's
cover shot.
let's do this.
Here's a good way to find out.
Let's do this.
Give me a second to pull my blocks.
I don't have to stand up now because I am lazy.
Here we go.
Here we go. We are going to suck in the beer gut.
Someone dub some dramatic music over this, like Entry of the Gladiators or something.
And now I can get down at table view. I believe he can see him because he can see over this. We remove this tree for a moment. You can see over it, right?
Yep.
And they got a shot at each other.
Okay.
So that is awesome. And we will go.
Well, it's a Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Yours is a Highlander.
Yes.
Yak, 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 yak.
Wah, 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 wah. All right. So. Just be careful you don't end up overdoing it. Yeah. Okay, so what do we got here? Tommy is going to be at long range, I believe. It's going to be right on the cusp. You grab that end of the tape measure.
There you go.
He's going to be at 39.
At long range and then some.
So he's going to be at base 3, long 7. 2 points of trees, 9. Partial cover, 10. What's red? A 2? Boxcars?
Yep.
Boxcars it is for Thomas on 4 dice. Lynn 6, 1. Oh, I'm going to roll these Lynn Vander dice again. 1, 2, and then we'll roll the reds, and we will roll the box. So we said boxcars. Everybody can see this. Let's see if I can do the reverse of last game's all those snake eyes that I rolled. And we hit. There it is. But I did get another pair.
Some snake eyes in there.
Snake eyes retired, but we will take the boxcar hit.
All right.
So 1 point of damage.
1 point of damage. Was that on your crit dice?
Yeah. I'm gonna roll a crit. That's fine. Crit is 7. Nothing much. I think it's a movement hit.
I don't have it in front of me. Where is that? Well, we can dig it up.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
There it is.
I have a pair of them over here. I'll give you 1.
7 is a movement hit.
Have that, Nero. So the drop ship, okay, like generally speaking, we don't drop names on the channel for product that's non CGL. But if you do, if you can chat amongst yourselves or drop us a DM or into the Discord server, we can gladly direct you there as far as what the different types of things that we do use. Okay.
Okay, so Nero's been hit with a movement hit. That is a lousy one to get early on. He's going to return fire, skill 3.
Here comes the gyro hit.
For 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Am I missing anything? Why is it 10s?
No, you should be. What's his skill? You should be on 12s.
Yeah, his skill's 3.
Yeah, you should be on boxcars as well.
Should be boxcars.
Yeah.
All right. He's only in a Wolverines. Or a
Oh no, you wait a second.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know you're firing through 2 points of trees as well because you're touching the other trees. Yeah, you're on boxcars.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. No dice.
Nope. Okay. So that should be the end of the turn.
That didn't quite. Well, okay, yeah, you sort of saw it on camera, but I will be more careful about that. We're just getting used to this new setup. Okay, give me a moment to flip all these aces cards.
You could have been lazy and just turned the table to show them the dice.
I could.
You could have, yes. Oh, yeah, my TMM was 1 lower. You would have hit on an 11.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yep.
it doesn't matter. It wasn't.
Oh, no, it wasn't. Sorry, guys. I jumped. It was a +2, so it's the same. It was the same. Boxcars. And I will roll the black. No, I'm going to roll the red dice.
Does the commander want to do anything different? Objective is not complete. Didn't lose anything. Are there no enemies with TMM 3 or more within 18 of your units? There are not. I'm going to move to Commander Card D. Commander Card D asks me to add 2 to my initiative roll and assign the Move Last token to your unit with the highest medium damage.
So that means you get +4.
And PV.
Oh, no, that means we're equal.
We're equal.
We're equal,
you would have
yeah.
had the bonus.
Yes.
Yeah. Okie dokie.
No, I hit Andrew. I was thinking of Nero's return shot. I thought maybe he had to have 1 less, but no, he should have been on 12s as well.
So I think the Move Last token is going to be going to one of my TAC Shrek PPC. So, that's fine.
Initiative?
Standard initiative.
Roll.
4.
6.
Okay.
That's including your +2?
No, we're standard.
Oh, yeah, we're straight up. Yeah, that's right. Nice. Nice.
Okay. Oh, and I was doing my...
So you're going to move 1, I'm going to move 2, and then it's 1 for 1 for the rest of the turn.
Are all my tanks +1? Jeez, okay. Maybe I needed to think that through more when I was picking units, but what can you do? All right, who wants to move first today? According to the Aces deck, it wants to move our Tacky Bulldog. Are there any enemies within 30? Oh, yeah. So, line of sight to at least 1 active enemy. Close. So, Tack Bulldog is this one over here, folks at home. My measuring tape is back here. I want to be closer to the nearest guy, but still in cover. It looks like this mech-sized pylon will still be enough to give me some cover. Yep, that works just fine. It's just going to slide up there. Now, question for you, Paul, because you know vehicles better than I do. Now, vehicles in Alpha Strike will not get partial cover.
That's correct.
So will this be considered cover for him from that, or is it not?
That will give him partial cover, but it's not enough. He's not more than 2/3 blocked.
Yeah, he wouldn't get partial cover, so I don't think that actually fulfills the stipulations of the Aces deck. So I'm going to pull him back. What I'm going to do instead is see if he has enough to go the other way. Well, don't think so.
Yeah, because this is going to block, right?
Yeah. Bend it right there. There we go. You can get pretty close. You can get to about there. We'll take that. There you go.
All right, I'm going to move one of these vedettes. They are at 10.
Instead of rolling the dice, why not roll the table below the dice? That is a fun idea. Probably not constructive in the long run, however. But I appreciate the suggestion.
Okay, the first vedette has moved up onto the...
All right, did you have to move two?
Oh, yes, sorry. I'll move both. So he's going to be right behind him. That is another 2. Okay.
Jinkies. Okay, next
So
up.
you guys can see that there. The vedettes have moved into cover just in the shadow of the drop ship.
Shrek is going to be moving last, so instead of moving him now, I will move him last, which means the non-tack Manticore is going to go. Ace's deck, tell me, what should I do? Is the nearest activated enemy within 12 of the non-tack Manticore? Not quite. Nope. Alright, well, since he's not, are there activated enemies in 20? Yep, get into woods, stay 12 away, close to nearest target. Get into woods. What's his move? His move is 8. Big silly tanks. Well, I think he's just moving up to take that spot the Bulldog just vacated, folks at home.
Now that we've moved out of this area, I can move these cards in front of me.
Get him like that, and there'll be a shot if he can take it later, but there will be a narrow window to do it. There you go.
Alright, next up, we will go... Demolishers.
Hey, thanks, B. Yep, I am trying to sort of project into the mic a bit. The headset is actually a little loose on my head, which is what's happening. So I will continue to fiddle with it and make sure I am projecting into my microphone. But apologies for the slight volume variance. I was going to have to duct tape it to my hat at some point.
Small head, small brain. There you go.
Oh, yeah. That's the way we're going?
That's the way we're going.
All right.
That's the way we're going.
See, that's why I love working coming here at Six Sides, folks. It's the camaraderie and the support you get. All right, the Bulldog is the ideal red active. Ideal red on this card is the fastest unit, highest TMM, highest move. That's going to be the Pegasus, and he has not moved. So we're going to go...
Oh, the Maxims as well, but the Maxims are at... Oh, they're only 16 yet.
Yeah.
He's 18.
Banquo's Pegasus has got the juice. Protagonist syndrome a tiny bit. Although it's weird for Banquo because he kind of is a player character. He's kind of not. It's a whole thing. Longtime fans of Six Sides, you know about Banquo. You get that. All right, the other Bulldog, he's going to get line of sight and try not to get shot at too much to the nearest target, which is still one of those Maxims, which is not a great target to be shooting at. But
Just sure they haven't moved yet.
yeah, that is a weird instruction. Okay, well, what you're seeing is Jesse being nervous about vehicles, because Jesse likes his big robots that have things like armor and points. Well, no, I think he's just gonna have to... Well, he needs line of sight, so can he make it all the way up alongside? Yeah, he can. So if he's just sort of peeking around that edge, that's pretty good. There you go.
All right, Demolisher 2 is going to come up.
Okay. Ace's deck says Tacky Manticore. Not tacky as in bad clothing, but tacky as in it's got the sticky tack on it. Essentially the same card, so same deal. Move up and take cover. Oh, but no, and stay at least 18 away from the target. That's the heavy PPC Manticore, which is considered a sniper because it's got a long of 3.
That's the one in the trees or the one over in the open?
That's this one.
Oh, the Manticore. Sorry, I was getting the Shrek.
So what he is going to probably do...
He wants to stay 18?
Yeah, 18 away, which I think is pretty...
There's a lot in there. Everything's in there.
Yeah.
Back up towards Nero?
Yeah, what? Back towards Nero or back up into here? Because
Yeah, I would take the cover from the trees.
yeah. So now with a move of 8. Move of 8. Let me double check that. Move of 8. Again, I keep saying move of 8 and not believing it. But yeah, I'll get him back there. We'll point that PPC that way. And I'll have a shot on the Demolisher. There you go.
Tell me jumps right here.
Okay. Non-tac Shrek, the AC one. Ideal Blue is active in 24. Ideal Blue is also the Pegasus, so that is not going anywhere. So, ground move, 24 from target, take cover. 24 from target might mess with me a little. Yeah, he wants to be back. Take some trees, point some guns. There you go.
What do you have left to move?
2.
I have 1, 2, 3. That's right. Okay, cool. Everything up there's moved. It's gonna cost me 4 up and down.
Bold move.
Nobody can see each other there, right? That in there, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Then Nero is up next, who can only move 5 and now only has a TMM of 1, which, yikes. That early movement hit is no good for a Wolverine. He's not moving behind anybody with 5, so yeah, he wants to be 12 from target, and he wants cover. First turn through armor critical. Like, yeah, 5 isn't getting him anywhere. Technically, he will have him move 1 inch closer by moving into these trees. But the vicious Nero Drago is not having a great day. And I'm going to go fishing for another +1 token.
Here comes the second Maxim.
Oh no. We've got a lot of +1s in it. Alright, this one will be flipped over. We'll remember it's a
You can see the Maxims have tucked in there.
Alright, and then that Shrek, the Tac Shrek that wanted to move last. He wants to know if there are any activated enemies within 24 and none within 16. I'm pretty sure those Maxims are closer than 16. They are, so he's not going to be too aggressive. He wants line of sight on the nearest target. No enemies within 12 get within medium woods. Which is pretty much right where he is. I think what he'll do, he'll scurry around here to keep the same distance, but generate some TMM. No enemies within 12. Good.
That's not at least is Banquo.
There. Okay.
So, Banquo.
Hey, Banquo getting fancy.
Oh, it's going right there.
All right. Aces is shooting first. And I actually have a couple opportunities for shots, so I'm going to stand up and consult the cards just because I have a whole spread out over here, but just to see who would the Aces deck shoot. So folks at home, I'm still here. I'm just over here for the moment. Okay, the first one who wants to shoot is the Bulldog, the Tacky Bulldog, who's up here. I don't think he's got a shot on anything. Nice cover there. Nope. Okay. So no joy there. Then the Shrek PPC with the tack. Yep, he's going to try to hit that Maxim. Shrek PPC with the tax instructions. Most point value. The 2 units you can see, I think, are both. They're
No,
slightly
what?
different.
No, one's worth more than the other. So the one in the rear is worth less.
Okay, so he's going to hit the one in the front. So, skill of 4 because he's a vehicle. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for medium range. The trees shooting out of the trees. So, no, he's shooting through the trees. So 10s. Throwing 3, looking for 10. Get that on camera. One hit.
And this is on the near one, correct?
Yep.
All right.
And we got to do a motive roll.
Yep.
I don't know. 7 might
No.
actually be. No?
Oh no, it's a hovercraft, so it gets a +2.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's a motive hit.
Okay.
It's an 8, right? Or sorry, you rolled a 9.
Rolled a 7.
Yeah, but you get
but
+2
8
because it's
yeah.
hovercraft. Yeah.
All right.
So it's a 9. So yeah, motive hit.
All right. That was the Shrek PPC carrier. So zap, zap, zap.
That hurt.
Smack. Spark, spark, spark.
That hurt.
Yep, that was the plan. Okay, then the Manticore non-tac, which is this guy here. Don't think he's got anything. Can you see Tommy? Not quite. Not quite. Okay, skip that. The other Manticore. Yep, he's going to want fired on by ally this turn. They almost always do. Skill of 4, 5, 6,
Tommy
7.
G, that's right. Lin 6 is in the Highlander, which is right here.
So, another one looking for 10s on that same Maxim. Whoosh, nothing.
Good.
Got some Paul level rolls. Okay, the other Shrek. I don't think so. I think they're tucked in there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be a long-range shot on that Highlander. But that's okay. It's throwing 2 at long range.
Gonna be at base 3, range 7. Tommy went for 2 is 9. He's got partial covers 10.
Looking for 10s. No 10s. Discourteous. The other Bulldog is the not tacked Bulldog. Where did he end up? He ended up here. I think that's a shot. Yeah, I can clip the edge of him there, and that might be short range. Nope, just outside.
Who's he shooting at?
This guy.
Yeah. How much of him can you see? He's got to see 2/3, right?
Well, here, take a look at the overhead. What do you think of that?
I don't mind that he shoots at him. It's just make sure you can see 2/3
it's
of him.
right. You know what? It might be like a defender call thing. But
Yeah,
that's the shot.
I'll take no shot.
shot.
No line of sight. Yeah.
Okay, fair. Then that is everyone except the Wolverine. Wolverine wants. Does he? Yeah, he does shoot last. He wants attacked by ally this turn, but I don't think he's got a shot on that little guy. I don't think so. So he will shoot at the Highlander.
It should be on 10, so it'll be 3, 4 for range is 7. Tommy went for a jump of 1, which is 2. It puts it to 9. He's got partial cover 10s.
Yeah, and still long range.
Yeah.
Is that still coming out on? Yeah, I got that shot. No, that's an 8. Nope, not all bad rolls, but not good enough rolls. That's all the Aces deck has got.
All right, over here, the Vedettes have line of sight to nothing, so they are out. The Demolisher, first one can see nothing, but the second one here can see your Shrek PPC carrier through the trees. Straight ahead.
Right up.
Yep. He'll be at long. Well, it'll be. I think he's just over 24. Like this. Oh no, maybe not. Is he?
Grab that. Right there is the shot. How does that look on you?
He can't see him from there. It's the other guy. The one on the outside he can see.
That.
Then he's outside. He's at 26.
Okay.
Okay.
Long range.
So he's at long range. So he's going to be at base 3, range 7. You went for 1 is 8, pointed trees is 9, or is it 2 points of trees?
It is, well, it's Alpha Strike, right? It's
Yep.
just trees.
Oh, yeah. So you got 1. So he's got 2 dice at... I'm making sure he's got that.
In Alpha Strike, to use a loaded term, in Alpha Strike, trees are binary. They're either trees or no trees.
I'm looking at the vedette.
Trees on.
So
or
he's
trees
3
off.
dice at long range.
See ya, B.
Oh, we said, what was that, 10s?
Yeah.
The red dice hit with 10, or 11, sorry. So 1 point with the ghost rifle. Next. That's him done and him done. We go to Banquo, can't see anything, correct? All right. Not Drillsons, the Maxims are going to fire at the same unit. The first one is a fire support Maxim, so he's 2s across the board. We'll use yellow and red. He's going to be at base 4, range 6, trees 7, 8s for your move. 1 hit with a 9 on the red dice.
Ooh, okay, yeah, you broke the curse.
And then the other Maxim is going to do the same thing, except that one is a regular heavy, but he is at medium range, so he still has 2, so it's going to do the same thing on 8s. And 1 hit again with the red dice, so 9.
That Manticore's down half its armor.
And that's those 2, and the other, this should leave Tommy. Let's take these chips off, because these guys can't shoot at all. He's done. He's done. Yeah, Tommy in Lin 6 is going to fire at... Oh, he can... Well, he can... That Bulldog is fresh, right?
Yes, neither Bulldog has been smacked around
Yeah,
yet.
okay. So Tommy at long range is going to pop Nero again for his insubordination with the Mach 7. I'll bring in another pair of blue dice to see if they don't avoid rolling snake eyes. I'm dropping dice on the floor here. It's going to be at base 3, range 7. You have trees is 8. You went for a move of 2 is 9s, correct?
Oh, no, move of 1. That's that movement that lowers his TMM.
8s. I got to roll those 2 because that was cocked. It still hit. So black dice hit and the blue dice hit. So 2 more points to Nero.
2 more on Nero. He's down to 2 armor.
And that is it for the good guys.
Big Red, I know you like the Wolverine, but man, that is just... there are vehicles half the point value that are doing a lot more of this game than that Wolverine is.
And that should be everybody.
Okay, boom.
Initiative. So
Well,
you got a +2 this turn once you've gone through, cycled through your cards.
Yeah, let's see what we got. I expect it's still going to be a pretty defensive card.
So while Jesse's doing that, I will change screens for a quick second. Everybody get a chance to check out the interview by Tommy and Josh of Linvander Studios on Sarna.net. If you didn't, there is a really cool interview there. Lots of updates on, things that are related to Aces, as far as gameplay goes, and, some sneak peek of the art. There's also some sneak peek of some of the cards. So if you haven't seen it yet, jump in there, and you'll see some things that will get you even more excited for this awesome product that is coming our way soon. No official date, but it will be coming, okay?
Between that interview and some of the stuff that's leaked on social media before, you should be able to get a pretty good idea of what's in all 4 boxes.
Yes.
Looking pretty cool. All right, yeah. The commander card is sticking the same, so with the initiative bonus plus the commander card, I'm getting a +4 this time. So that should help.
Beat my 6.
5.
Just leave it there. Put that into the screenshot with a +4. He rolled a 5.
No, that's not possible.
You rolled snake eyes? No, you rolled 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so we tied. Okay.
Redo it
Okay.
again.
I've got 11. That's a cock tie. He rolled the white dice.
It's the Blake is garbage.
You put them with my
Yeah.
blue dice. Here, you put these together in the snake eyes pile.
Give me I think I got some of these Yahtzee dice around. These seem nice.
All right. Word of Blake, you may proceed.
Comstar crap. That is lousy. All right. Who wants to move first? It is the Tacky Bulldog. Is there an ally within 24 that has lost more armor than you? Yes. So he wants to move up. He wants to target yellow, which is one of the maxims. He wants line of sight. He wants to be closer to that ally and then cover if he can, but that's not his first concern. He's moving 8. So can he come back around and peek the other? Nope. So I think he's just gonna. But he wants to get closer to the bulldog, so he does have to back up a little.
He knows.
So he's going to end up back here. Yeah. I think that was a shot. Where are you, laser? Well, it is for now. I'm sure Paul will maneuver around it. But
Oh, yeah, 100%.
yeah, there you go.
100%. Okay, what do I want to do here? It's the bulldog. Those vedettes move at 10. I got Bankwell over there ready to flank people. I want to... I think... I'm gonna move this demolisher.
Paul's buffering.
Yeah. Oh, I should move 2 here. You haven't lost anything. So,
Yeah, it's getting closer.
that's okay.
Whew.
That'll make life easy.
Getting demolishy over there. All right. My non-tac Manticore. Is there an ally within 24 that has lost more armor than you? Yup. So he's looking at red, which is going to be the fastest unit. So he's keeping an eye on Banquo. Not that I think there's anything he can do about it, the way Banquo is skipping around. And it doesn't matter if he's activated. He is. I don't think there's any way he's getting line of sight on Banquo, so I don't think we're going to follow those instructions. But his balanced instructions are also
You grab
line
that
of sight.
+3 token off Bankwell there for now because
Because he hasn't moved yet.
he hasn't moved yet. Yeah.
The balanced behavior also wants to target Banquo, and there's no way that's going to happen. In that case, I'm thinking we're going to have to just pick another red objective, so it's going to be one of the maxims. So he is just going to tuck back like so. Little bit of cover. Draw a little fire away from the wounded guy, but point that big old cannon down that way. Back up to you, Mr. Clarkson.
All right. What do we got? I don't want to move them yet. I don't want to move the Maxims either, so it's going to be Tommy. Okay, so Thomas has been dealing a lot of damage. That's good. And he's going to continue to move forward. That is a jump.
Okay. I've got my tack Shrek. Who wants to move on to highest elevation, but with only 6. I think that's only going to be able to get him up to
Yep.
here. But that will get him like that, and still have a little bit of protection, but he's got this cool firing lane there.
Yeah, he's not going to have protection from Tommy, but he's going to have protection from everybody else.
Yeah. That ain't bad.
All right. That other Shrek or other Manticore that was back there has moved.
The non-tac Manticore, this guy has moved. The other one has not.
That's the Shrek that's beside him to his right.
Yeah, this Shrek has moved.
Yep.
This Manticore has not moved, but it is the wounded one.
Okay. So the one that is here farthest back has moved.
It is not moved.
Has
It
not
is
moved,
wounded.
and it's wounded.
That one has moved and is pristine.
Yeah. And where's the other Shrek?
The other Shrek is back here.
Back there. Okay, I see it. All right. So Those bulldogs are 8 movement.
The bulldogs are 8 movement.
Vedette 1. We'll go right there.
Smooth. Easy. Smooth sipping. No, we don't have to do that. Okay, said Wounded Manticore. Has the ideal yellow active? Nope. Any active enemies within 30? Yep. Can you get line of sight on yellow? No. So he is going to, he wants cover. He'll pick a different target. It's going to be the Maxims. Yeah, he's not going to move much this turn. We'll keep him. I can still see Maxims if I come this way, about there. Where's the edge of those trees? Where's my laser? He's got to be on that side. Can he? Yeah, he's got a shot there. Okay. There you go.
Which unit was that? That's the Manticore?
That's the Wounded Manticore.
What kind of turret damage can these guys do?
Manticore turrets are 3/3/3 across the board. The other Manticore is 2/3/2. So not exactly across the board. So 2/3/2 and 3/3/3. The Shreks are 2/2 and 3/3/3.
Just the ones that are over there. So the Shrek is there too. Okay.
This Shrek over here, that's the tacked one, that's 3/3/3. So yeah, Banquo should be a little nervous about sneaking up on all of them.
No, you're gonna have to move your dice tray.
Nope, sure.
So we are going to move this directly behind the. Yep.
Vroom.
Like so, and that is a +3. I'll give you the overhead there. What I did, guys, you can see there. I've moved directly behind the one of the 2 Manticores.
They're brave little Maxim.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who's up? What have I got left? I've got Nero and a Shrek and a Bulldog. The Bulldog wants to go next. He's got the lowest number. The ideal yellow enemy, that is going to be that Maxim now.
It's this Bulldog right there.
Yeah. He wants to know if he can get line of sight on it, but no closer than 12 and not have anyone else shoot at him, and that is a probably. Because if he ducks back that way, is that within 12? Oh, it is. Ooh. So according to the 8, I feel like this would be a really good move.
Read me out the card.
Sure. If the ideal yellow enemy is activated and within 12,
So the ideal yellow in this case would be.
it's going to be the max.
Okay. Yep. He's gonna be on aggressive. Right.
So, line of sight and within firing range to the yellow. Ground move. Get behind target if possible. No unactivated enemies within 12.
So he wants to get behind him. He moves 8. So he's going to move straight.
He moves
Now, for those wondering too, with aces, okay, getting behind somebody only means, as far as the aces deck is concerned, in its rear 180. If you can move the unit, obviously for the extra dice, great. But if it can meet the criteria of getting into the rear arc, you follow that instruction, rear 180.
Yeah. Now, my mistake was that the key is no unactivated enemies within 12.
Yep.
Which that does pass. And that will still get him some cover. I think the Maxim has a turret, but it's probably nothing to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
So, that is the move.
Okay, so next. Okay, so this vedette is going to come around like so. And hopefully press with his clean shot.
And Nero.
And give you guys an overhead view of that real quick. You can see that vedette's come up. So it's got a straightaway shot at the Bulldog that's backed off.
Nero wants to see that Maxim. He wants to be in the least enemy as possible. He wants to make sure the target has no cover, which I think is going to mean he's just going to back up. He had an aggressive behavior that he can't fulfill because he can't get close enough because of that early movement hit. So crippling him early on, Paul.
Who do you have left to move?
Nero's moving right now, and then I have a Shrek.
And I have Maxim and Pegasus. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I thought I made him not moved enough units.
No worries. But yeah, as I was saying, crippling that Wolverine's move half out, like you've basically taken him out of the game. So like that could have been an opening move game winner right there. We'll see how it shakes out. But I basically cannot use my one battle mech.
All right, so the second Maxim, which is right here in your screenshot, is going to move directly behind the other Manticore, the wounded one.
Ooh, go there.
Right.
Quick little guy.
And he's a 3.
Quick little word that might get us suspended from YouTube.
Yep. All right.
All right, and then my non-tacky Shrek, who is back here. If there's an activated enemy in my current line of sight, yep. And no unactivated enemies within 16, yep. And the unit either occupies woods or has cover versus some enemies. Not exactly, but I know for a fact he's not going to get shot at. So that's saying use the standstill, because he feels pretty safe and he wants to shoot in this direction.
What I think we should do here, we should probably rotate the board.
Sure, let me grab my blocks.
And we can show that side of the board where everybody is behind one another. You guys have got a good advantage of this here. I'm just going to move this out of the way so we can give it a spin.
Yep.
And we have to suck in our beer guts. I will rotate it like so, and then go to here. And now you guys can get a better shot of what's going on the back side here. So I've got 2 Maxims behind the 2 Manticores. The Bulldogs, unfortunately we're using the same paint scheme units here, so it might be a little confusing. You can see my 2 units in behind. They're going to have rear shots. And then we've got, you move your dice tray out of there. Okay, you can see we got a Shrek and a Bulldog. The Bulldog has a clear shot at my Vedette, which I brought out. I don't believe the Demolishers are going to be able to see too much there. Yeah, they can. Yeah, they can. The Demolishers can see the Manticore and the Bulldog. So it should be interesting turn here. You lost initiative, so you get to roll first.
Yeah, for what it's worth.
But first I have to move Banquo. So Banquo is the next to move. If I go back over to this angle here, Banquo, you can see, is right here. Okay, so Banquo is now going to go up and down that hill and get behind. So it's going to cost them 2, so he has 14 movement, which will bend him all the way around, no problem. And we are going to go for maximum dice redundancy, and you have a +3 over there on him within arm's reach since we rotated the table.
This is so weird, being able to reach everything.
Yes. All right, and then we can give it a spin back. All right, guys, you don't want the angle there? We'll leave the angle like that. That's good. We can roll dice. That's fine.
Okay.
Word of Blake is up first.
Yeah, man. These guys, they're having a rough time of it. Tack Bulldog wants to shoot the fastest thing it can see. Does it have a turret? It does.
I'll grab my phone so I can read the chat.
So it is going to hit this Maxim at short range for 2.
Just putting the blocks underneath there again so
Oh,
the
yeah.
board doesn't bounce too much.
I'll grab those in just a second myself. That's a good idea. Skill base of vehicle base of 4, 5, 6, 7. Looking for 7s. Hey, there we go. 2 hits on that Maxim.
You got my cards over there on that corner.
Oh, you
So
got your
which
cards
Maxim
in
is it? This one here?
the closer one.
Closer one is the non-fire support.
The non-fire support Maxim.
Fire support was the one that was damaged, I believe.
Yes. Okay, so 2 hits. They're on my side, but they're upside down, and that is surprisingly difficult for me to handle. The other bulldog, at this point, it isn't going to matter much what order they shoot in, because he's going to want, attacked by. So same deal, looking for 7s. Hit and hit. Oh, and I should be doing mode. Well, before we do mode, because he's probably
Mode is end of the turn.
yeah, he's gonna blow up, I think. Then let's see. Shrek with the tack is the one up there. He wants attacked by ally this turn and yellow commandless. I feel like I don't want to waste him because I'd rather shoot at Tommy, but that's what the deck says.
Who's he shooting at?
Attacked by ally this turn. So
Rotates his.
Yep, rotates his turret, and he's going to
turret. He fires behind him, so he's got a point of trees between him. That's good.
Yep. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and is it still short?
Yeah, you're short range, so
Okay.
nines.
9s. 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6. Nope, no hits there. Yep, that was a waste. Disappointed in you, Shrek. Then the attack Manticore, who is the one over there.
Mm-hmm.
Attack Manticore once attacked by ally this turn, so he's going to turn. Same deal, 3. It's going to be 8s. 5, there we go. 2 more hits, that blows him up.
Mm-hmm.
Humanity.
Yeah.
Then the other Manticore also wants attacked by ally this turn, but that's no one yet. So red wants the fastest thing he can see. Fastest thing he can see is going to be the Pegasus. Then it's quicker. It's going to be a trickier shot, though. Its turret is at medium. Where am I?
Yeah, they're where? Who's shooting?
There to there.
That's short range.
That's short range. Okay, so then that is going to be the 2. 1, 2. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 hit.
Banquo's here. I got him. Yeah.
Sure thing. And then the other Shrek. Whose card I didn't flip. Blue command list, high TMM, highest move, so Banquo. That's medium range. That is throwing 2 sets of dice. That is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hey, 1 more hit on Banquo.
Mm-hmm.
Not the ones I usually use critical dice
Banquo's
for.
down 1 to 1 armor.
Yep, and the Wolverine. The Wolverine is also going to try for Banquo. Medium range, throwing 2 dice. 3, 6, 7, 8. 1 more hit on Banquo.
That's all his armor stripped.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to rotate the table again here so I can get all my cards back.
Yep, probably the best. My blocks are already removed.
Yep.
Grab the dice.
Spin our back. There we go. Love this. Okay. So, what are we going to do here? All right, so you destroyed 1 Maxim.
Yeah, but what did it cost me?
And the Maxim you destroyed is, okay, I see the X on it. It's the green one. So you destroyed the regular one. So we'll start with the destroyed Maxim. The destroyed Maxim is shooting into the back of the unwounded Manticore, correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So I am going to be firing at short range 3 dice plus an additional 1 for in the rear. So 4 sets of dice. And we'll grab all these. We are going to be at base 4. You went for a 1.
Yep.
5s.
Everything I have on right now is moving to 1.
I missed twice. I missed 3 times. Wow. 4. Snake eyes. 4. But
Oh, okay.
that I will take. I'm 4 dice on 5s, and I missed 4 times.
Life happens.
Okay, anyways, these will go into the snake eyes pile. The crit,
Manticore.
hopefully something good before he dies. A 4. I think it is something good. It's a fire control hit, I believe.
4 on a vehicle. I don't have vehicles on here.
No, I do over here. I got the new one. So, a vehicle critical hit table on a 4 is a fire control hit.
Fire control. Okay.
And, well, poof me. Yeah, I know. I have been not rolling well for a while. For a few weeks. Usually I'm pretty average. Like, it's not, I'm not extreme in one way or the other. But, man, snake eyes and boxcars, I've been inflicted with that pain for a better part of a month now.
It was a lot of snake eyes last time. I mean, particularly, it was strange and hilarious.
So that that unit's dead. You can take him off the board over there. All right. So the other Maxim will be firing into the back of the Manticore, I believe. Is that correct?
I don't see why it wouldn't.
Yep. No. That's what the unit is. It's a Manticore.
Oh, yeah. He's got the wounded Manticore directly in front of him.
He normally has 2 dice. He's going to be having 3 because of the rear shot. He's going to be at 4 5s again.
Right.
Yay! 3 hits. 10, 8, and 7.
Okay, that is all the armor gone.
Cool. He's fired. So now we are going to go to Demolisher 1. Demolisher 1 can see the Manticore straight ahead that's been wounded already by the one that he's going to fire at medium range. This is the Ghost Rifle one. He is on 4 dice. We'll use greens in this one. So he's going to be on 4, 6. Trees is 7. 1 for the Manticore is 8s. 5 dice on 8s. Is it 5 dice? I got 1 pair, 2 pairs, 3 pairs, 4 pairs, and purple dice is 5. Oh no, he doesn't get 5. He's not behind him. So 4 on 8s, I said. All right. That's going to be red dice hit and the blue dice hit. No more snake eyes. So 2 more on that wounded Manticore.
2 more on the wounded Manticore. That is a through armor crit, but he has 1 structure left.
Critical is 7. 7 is a MP hit.
Movement hit. Not that I think it's going to matter, so I assume you're going to keep up your fire.
Yeah, so the second Demolisher will fire at... He can see that Bulldog, right? But I want to destroy that Manticore.
That one might... Like the almost
I have
dead
I have the Pegasus back there for the additional... If I don't kill it with the other...
Sure, but does the other Demolisher have a shot?
At him? No, he can't. The rock's in the way.
Yeah, okay, so he's going to have to hit the other Manticore.
Yeah.
The one in slightly better condition.
The Demolisher, standard Demolisher, is going to be on 4 dice as well at medium range. It's going to be the same thing, 8s. The red dice hit, the green dice hit, so 2 more.
Okay.
Killed him?
Nope, the fire was divided. So now the wounded one is
And that's
down
another MP hit.
Okay. The wounded one is down to 1 structure, and the stronger one has 3 armor left.
Okay, so now we will go to Banquo, and Banquo is going to...
Yeah, Banquo could finish off the
That's what he's going to do. He's going to finish him off. Banquo at short range will be 3 sets of dice in his back, so we'll roll the Linvander dice. He's going to be at base 3. What did he do?
1.
1, so 4.
Everything I have is a 1.
Hit, and hit. So
Kaboom.
10, and 7. So Banquo does his job. He continues the mystique and destroying things. What do we got here? We got Tate is asking. Second edition. Oh, okay. They're just chatting there. Okay. Cool. Next up, I think that's everybody. Oh, no, Tommy. Tommy and the Vedettes. Sorry. So Vedette 1 firing on the Bulldog. Vedette 1 firing on the Bulldog is the Ultra version. He has he's 1s across the board, so he's going to be at 4, range 6. You went for 1 7s. Hit with a 7.
Jeez. All right. Non-attack Bulldog. Loses some armor.
The other Vedette, can it see... Yeah, I can see the Manticore through the trees from here. If I go to the overhead, you guys can see the line of sight that I'm going to draw here. It's going to be like this. Through the trees, right? It's just going to be... It's just this one here. Yes, no?
I think no. I think
No?
this.
He's not far enough away?
Yeah, this raised thing.
Okay, he's not far enough away from it? That's fine.
No.
He's got no other line of... no, he can see red. He'll fire at red. One set of dice.
Yeah.
So he's going to be at 4, range 6, partial cover 7. Red went for a 1 or a 2?
1.
1. 8s? Hit with a 10. There it is.
Okay, he's down to 1 point armor.
Nice. Vedette with a cheap shot. And now we've got Tommy in Lin 6.
I mean, he wants Nero, right? Like, that mech is about to start bleeding.
Yes. Going to be at long range there, I believe. Just barely, but at long range. Tommy's on 4 sets of dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to be at base 3, range 7, trees 9, 10s. He's got 2 points of trees there, right?
Again, Alpha Strike.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. So 9s.
9s.
He hit with the yellow and green.
Okay.
That's 2 points.
That's into structure. Give me a crit.
And we're 1 and 1. That's a 10.
A 10 is a fire control hit.
So Nero's taking a beating.
Yep.
And that is everybody on this side has shot. So it should be an interesting decision here by the Aces deck, what it's going to do after that round of fire. You lost 1 unit, I lost 1 unit.
Now, it calculates that for commanders by BV. I think I lost more PV than you. I lost a Manticore. You lost a Maxim. So, it's going to rotate to card C.
This off the table.
While this card is active, the enemy commander is also considered a red objective. Okay, so that is going to be extra priority to stop Lin 6.
Mm-hmm.
I understand the motivation for that order.
So Nero, after taking a crit from his former lance mate, has now issued
a kill order
on Lin 6. Let's see if that happens.
Yeah. Well, there are no tall buildings nearby, so I don't know if it's his area of expertise.
Gonna roll initiative, and my initiative roll is an 8. You have a +2 this turn.
I do, because I always lose. Okay. So, I lose initiative again. Folks, a lot of what we've been doing on this show lately is teaching how to play aces, but also in terms of learning to play Alpha Strike. Word of advice, try to win initiative. I'm just putting that out. It's not something I do personally, but winning initiative is a really good idea, and you should try to do it. Okie dokie. This is, boy. All right, Tacky Bulldog wants to go first. He wants to know if Lin 6 is activated. He hasn't. Are there enemies within 30? There are, so he wants line of sight on Lin 6. Close to target and get some cover. He can move 8. Where did I do my tape measure? Within 8, could he get any cover and still shoot at that Highlander? I mean, the Highlander's not going to be there by the time anyway.
He's following orders.
Yep. This is very like Shredder and Rocksteady and Bebop, right? And,
yes.
It's like, whatever you're doing, get up. Well, no, it's Red's voice. Whatever you're doing, get up there and kill that Highlander. And the guy in the Bulldog tank is like, okay. Throttling up. All right, back to you for 2.
All right. What am I going to do here? I know what I'm going to do. No, not yet. I want initiative. Don't need to make that move yet. But I can move 4, and that'll get me up on top of there.
Ooh, scary place for a Demolisher. All right, then your second.
Demolisher 2 won't be able to get up there.
We're thinking about, everyone's got a lock-on for Lin 6, so if you wanted to lure them at somewhere, moving the Highlander now might be an interesting move.
No, he can do 4 dice at long range. I'd rather than move on the point where he is now, and then I'll move him out of that. Um, I don't. Yeah, this demolisher's got to move, but it cannot make that.
No.
It's got to go up that. It can move through its friend, but I only move 6. I can. He's going to be on
The ramp.
the ramp going up behind him.
Somebody's checking his back pocket
Yeah.
for like a handicap parking space.
That's great.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, the Incredible Nero and his incredibly crippled Wolverine. Has the ideal yellow move. What's the yellow right now? The most structure lost, armor lost, and then most PV, which is probably going to translate to the Highlander. So no. Any activated enemies within 24? Yeah. Try to get line of sight. Keep current distance from target. Try not to get blown up. So he's basically shuffling around back in those trees. Oh, I lost me a TMM token. There we go. You know what? I'll borrow one of these dead ones from these guys. He is just gonna, man, I mean, it's the right idea for keeping the Wolverine alive. I get that, but like,
Nero's just fought like a coward all day.
yeah.
So one of the things too that is probably going to be happening in the near future, we don't have a firm date on it. Is we are going to switch our stream night from Sundays to a more convenient day for the gentleman sitting across from me, also for myself, because he does come in from the city. Most likely, we may go back to Friday nights, maybe Saturday. We'll keep you posted on that. It's not going to be for a few weeks still because we do have conventions coming up and things like that. But once we've got the logistics worked out, we'll give everybody lots of heads up and notice for the weekly stream night changes. All right, back to the game. That Bulldog, then it was Nero back there moving for no movement modifier, right?
It is a 1.
It's a 1? Sorry, okay. We will go Vedettes. And he should have a clean shot other than the partial cover at Nero from there, correct?
Yep, looks good.
Yep.
Okay, the Manticore with the fire control hit. Boo. Is the nearest enemy activated and within 12. Oh, yeah. He wants any target get line of sight to the nearest activated enemy. Does he already have that? Or does he have to shuffle out just a bit? He has to shuffle out just a bit. Back up. Needs to be along that line there.
Remember, Bank was there, and so was Maxim.
Oh, that's true. You would think of them as... But they're not but they're not activated. They're not activated, and wherever no matter where he goes, he's going to be taking it in the back from them anyway. So I'll tell you what he'll do. He wants line of sight on nearest activated enemy.
Which is that.
Which is still that Vidya.
So he might move directly to the side to get that line of view, because regardless, he's going to take it in the back anyways, right?
Yeah, I was trying to see if there's a way to like back him up, but like turn.
How far does he move?
Space. That Manticore is moving 6.
So he should be able to get far enough over that at least that parking garage top blocks line of sight from the demolishers.
Yeah, that's like here. That's something. It's not great. I think he's still eating it this turn. But he'll do his best. I was hoping there was a way I could like get him with his back here.
No, I got you.
Yep. Get in there, but I don't think it matters in the long run.
Okay, and this is going to come around like so, and he's going to finish his move like that.
Yeah.
So he has another shot at Nero. So the Vedettes are going to knock the dropship, come around the corner.
Okay. That was my Manticore. Why did... what was that one? Attacking Manticore got blown up, right? He did. I don't need you on here anymore. So that means that my next unit I'm running out of tanks, guys. Jeez. Okay, well, then the other Bulldog, non-tac Bulldog, who That's this guy. Sorry, folks at home. If the ideal red
I should get off that angle.
right now is
Go back to this.
wants the most damaged enemy unit, which is really none of them. But it would be... Oh, however, right, but this commander card, that means Tommy, and he hasn't activated yet, so no dice. So cautious. Get line of sight on the target, nearest target, and take cover. Nearest target is going to be... Looks like it's going to be the Vedette, technically. So he's just going to throw himself to the
Behind
side.
the trees, yeah.
Yep. Tuck himself in there. Man, I could have told you that. Okay.
I need that +1 token I left on that side of the board when we spun it. There we go.
And then the Shrek, who wants blue, which is fast units. That's either of these guys. They haven't activated, so he wants to be cautious. He wants to be 24 from anyone and get into woods. That's going to be tricky. Because that means he basically wants to be almost off the map.
You can't move that fast anyway. So.
Yeah. What we're going to do, though, we're going to have him tuck back there. Shrek moves for 8. I believe he moves for 6. Yeah, we'll get him right back in there. Essentially hoping for the best.
Okay, so I'm going to the overhead here so I can see that side of the board. So both units that I was behind have moved correctly, that were on that side of the board. There's nothing left in front of Banquo and the Maxim that's left on the board, correct? I'm reading that correctly?
The Maxim and the Banquo can see the back of the
Shrek that hasn't moved yet, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although, what did I...
You only have what? That Shrek to move?
I have that Shrek to move, yes. I just misplaced his Aces card. Hang on just a sec. There we go.
And that's it?
And that's it.
What's the distance between the Maxim and the tank next to Nero?
That is a Bulldog. It is 18.
Okay, so Banquo is going to come right here. Let's back to that. Yep. And he's a 3.
Okay, Tacky Shrek. That's very frustrating to me. If they're activated enemies within 24 and no unactivated enemies in 16, they're activated enemies within 30. He wants line of sight on the nearest. He wants no enemies in 12, which I don't think he can do because that Maxim is just on him. And he wants to get to lowest elevation and such. So he can do a little bit. It cost him 2 to get down.
So you can move 4, basically.
Yeah, we'll get him there.
And then
He's got cover from the demolishers and stuff.
yeah, and then the Maxim will go right directly behind him.
Yep.
Yep. And he's a 3.
Right. Oof. This, I think, is going to turn out to be the last turn where there was still a chance for me to win this one.
I think so.
I'm in the aces deck.
I could roll bad.
But, yeah. You could, but it seems like you've been pretty safe so far this time.
All right, we'll start with the aces deck first.
We will, because they lost initiative again. Man, Tattletale just having a whole thing with himself there, huh? All right, where's my dice tray? There you go. Who's got shots? And who do they want to shoot? First one up is going to be the Tacky Bulldog. That's up here. He wants to shoot red command list, which is Tommy, which he can see. It is medium range, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 because of partial cover.
Tommy went for 1 9s.
Didn't I count that already?
4
4 plus 1 is 5, 6, 7, 8.
8s, yeah.
Yeah. Throwing 2, looking for 8s. Okay, 1 hit on the Highlander. Followed his orders. You can't shoot him from following orders.
First damage.
Yep. Shrek with the tack. He wants attacked by ally this turn. Can he see Tommy? I don't think so. Really should be calling him Lin 6.
Lin 6. Yeah, you can see him.
Yeah, okay. Then that's going to be, that's the shot. And that's, I could roll really well. You never know.
It's going to be 1 pointed trees, partial cover, medium range.
That's 9s.
9s. Yeah.
And that's the guy throwing 3, looking for 9s. 1, 2 hits. Zap, zap. Then the Manticore, the surviving Manticore. Rear if you can. No. Lowest TMM, which is still Tommy because these guys are faster. So that is going to be 9s again, I think, because of the cover. I throw in 3. Five, 6, 7, 8. No hits.
No.
Okay, that's the Manticore. Then Nero, attacked by ally this turn, is Tommy. He is so 9, so 10s because of that hit.
No, he has a fire control hit too, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So we should be at 11s, though.
Oh, okay.
I think so. But he's going to be at 3, 5. Medium range is 7. Partial cover is 8. 1 for his movement is 9.
Not an Alpha Strike. No, 1 for his movement.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So it should be at 3, 5, 7. So 5 is for the
5
fire
for
control.
His skill, 6 for his move, 7, 8 for medium, 9 because of cover.
2 for the fire control.
2 for, just fire control 2?
My bad, it's supposed to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, no, that does make sense because he was 3 and now he's 5.
That's why I went 3, 5, 7 for range.
Yeah.
So base 3, 5 for his fire control, 7 for medium range, right? And then partial cover and movement is 9s.
Right.
And then is there a tree in there? 10s, right?
Okay, 10s. 1 hit.
It's 4th point of armor.
Dancing for 1 hit. Then the other bulldog. Where is the other bulldog? He's back here. He wants red. Can he see Tommy? Yeah, this is very in character for Nero's orders. Yeah, so that's even more. That's going to be 10s or 11s. But trees. He has a better skill. So yeah, so that comes out 10s, and that is 2 at medium. 1 more. And then the other Shrek. That one can't see Tommy, but he wants blue, which is essentially he wants the fastest unit. He can see the
Maxim, yep.
He cannot see
Banquo.
Banquo. So the Maxim. So 4, 5, 6, 7, because the Maxim is +3, 8, 9 for medium. Looks like it's clear of trees. So 9, but I think he's only throwing 2. He's only throwing 2. Throwing 2, looking for 9s. Nothing.
That's it?
That's it.
So, for those watching, I deliberately put Tommy there, Lin 6, in that position to draw more fire because regardless of what Banquo is going to do, Banquo has no armor left, only 2 internals. He stepped forward to save his buddy, right? Take the fire. Nobody shot at it. A couple of units could have. That could have been the Bulldog. It could have been the Manticore. It could have been that Shrek. That would have been started targeting them if they didn't have that red order because I couldn't get them out. But now Banquo has survived, and we hopefully will get out of this turn winning the game. That's going to be
And
the hopeful part here.
And this is part of the cool thing with the personality that comes with the Aces deck, right? As a player metagaming, I wouldn't have fired at the Highlander that much. But this commander has a vindictive streak. The way the command cards got flipped, he very specifically said, okay, at this point, you want the enemy boss down. And that works with the narrative we've created, where Nero and Lin 6 now have this rivalry. So it's telling a really cool story, even though it isn't exactly tournament-level gameplay.
Yeah. So we'll start with the Highlander. Highlander's going to pop Nero from across the board, trying to finish the job. How many armor point or internal points does he have left?
He has 4 structure left.
There's 4 structure left, and he does 4. So this is at medium range, actually. She does 5. So I will use the Great Ice to go with these. Okay, so we're going to be at base 3. Medium range is 5. Nero went for a 1, is 6. Partial cover is 7s.
Yeah.
So 5 dice on 7s to take out that traitorous Word of Blake individual. What did we say it was?
7s.
7s. Missed with 2.
So is it hit with 3?
Yep.
So he has 1 structure left.
1. Oh no, I missed with 3. Sorry, that's a 6. So only 2 hit.
Only 2 hit.
Yep.
Okay, he's 2 structure left.
Yep. All right. So then the Gauss rifle turns and fire. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. The Vedette right in the front. I should have softened them up. I made it more thematic with the Vedettes first, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
I tried. The Vedettes with their 1 dice. First one, it's going to be at 4. Medium range is 6. 7 for partial cover. 8 with the movement for Nero, right? Okay, so 8. Hit with a 10.
Okay.
And then the other one on the same thing on 8. And he gets killed by a pair of... is not killed, but he ejects to run away, taken down by a pair of Vedettes. Banquo, on the other hand, first off, before Banquo shoots, the Gauss rifle is going to shoot into the medium tank in front. It's going to be at 4 range, is just outside of short range, so it's going to be at 6. Went for 1 is 7. There's not enough there to give him partial cover. 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits.
3 hits. Sorry, remind me which one?
On the Bulldog medium tank right here.
Bulldog.
Yep.
3 hits. Okay.
And then Banquo from the rear is going to fire 3 dice into him. Is going to be at 3 4. He's going to have 4s. And he hit 3 times.
Sorry, was into the chat. Same Bulldog 4 times?
3 times.
3 times. Armor is gone.
No armor left.
Nope, just 3 structure.
Okay, and then we're going to have the Maxim. Actually, this Demolisher can see that Bulldog, so he's going to fire at it. That's the Demolisher that has 4. So it's going to be at medium range, so 4, 6, 7s. It's 1 hit.
All right, well, give me a crit. And motive.
So crit is a 3. That's pretty good. That would be a crew stunned.
Oof.
And then motive hit is not anything, but the crew is stunned. So crew stun units, crew is stunned. The unit cannot move or make attacks during the next turn. A unit with a stun is treated as an immobile target. There ain't going to be a next turn, but that's good.
Yep.
And then with the Maxim in the back over there, trying to take down the Manticore. It's going to be at
the Shrek.
Yeah, Shrek. Sorry. It's going to be on 4 5s. Shrek's got a 1.
Yeah.
That is 3 hits. 8, 8, and 9.
Okay. Still an armor piece left, but
And I don't think I have anybody left to fire.
no. But I
Cool.
do think that's the ball game.
Yes, I do. I do think that's the ball game as well. So, I hope everybody had a good time tonight. Getting back into the swing of things with normal Aces gameplay after the finale of the Mech 7 season. look for us again as he's scrolling on the screen. I do have the date wrong on there. I didn't correct it for Gen Con. We will be appearing at Anime North in 2 weeks. We've got a couple of really cool game boards there that we're going to unveil to you guys soon. Les is busy away painting these giant ships that we've made. We again appear every Monday night at Sir Games Lot in Barrie for Mercenary Mondays. Every Wednesday with host Jesse, Harry Tarantula for weekly Wednesday Armored Combat. We will be
Game Chamber
with Josh Dirksen, developer Vases, every Thursday night. I was actually there with Tommy this past Thursday, and we were doing some Aces playtesting, which was a lot of fun. What else we got? We got Anime North, followed up by we will be appearing at Fan Expo Canada in August, and then after Gen Con, and then we will be apparently going to PAX West this year with the guys, so that should be interesting. So yeah, we got lots of cool stuff on the schedule. Again, season 2 of the Magnificent Seven has been greenlit, so we're going to try and get that filmed the next month or so.
I'm working hard on that right now.
Yeah, we got lots of cool things we're going to be doing for that. So again, everybody, like and subscribe. Thank you for all the support. It's been an amazing year and a half. Think about this. When I first started doing Aces streams, or in Battletech streams here at Six Sides of Gaming, it was like March of 2023, I think we had about 1,500 subscribers. Now, we do get a lot of other content subscriptions, but we are almost at 63,000 supporters. Like, that is awesome. Thank you very much for that. We got lots of cool things coming for you guys. We've talked about it numerous times. We got new shows coming, not only just for Battletech, but for Dungeons & Dragons, maybe some new Shadowrun stuff like live play, live stream. Anything you guys think is cool, drop us a line. You can reach out to us on any of the Discords, the Six Sides of Gaming Discord, the Fox Network Discord. Reach out. You got an idea? We'll look at it. We want to make what you guys want to see. Jesse?
That pretty much covers all of it, especially that stuff that we're doing every week. Like, what cool as it is that you're watching us, that you're participating, coming out and play with us. Again, those game stores we're running every week, and we'd love to see you there. And before we sign off, do we want to give this one last spin?
We can do that. Let's do it.
Yeah.
We got Jesse Vanna White over here. Wants to show off the spinorama.
Yeah, maybe like the low.
Oh, okay, yeah. We didn't do that last time, so I'm gonna go over here and over here, and now so you can see this. This is so cool. Suck it in the beer gut. It didn't hit. Beautiful. And when I posted this on Instagram, I had U2's "Beautiful Day" with Jesse spinning the board because we're so happy. Oh, hey Red, how you doing? You're laying on your back. Sorry about that, buddy.
You take a motive hit.
Yeah.
Turn. That's what happens.
Alrighty.
Or what? Like that's,
all right.
Oh man. So
again, thank you very much for joining us tonight. We'll be back on Sunday next week with some more cool stuff. If you got any ideas, shoot us a message. We'll make a scenario for it. You want to see something cool? You want to see the decks try to do something?